Good morning, everybody. Welcome to our English class. This is Elias with you, and today we have period number 4, unit 4, period number 8 and 9. And at the beginning, everybody, we have our lesson grammar. We have past perfect. When we use past perfect, we use past perfect to call, and also we call it the loop perfect. Is a verb tense used to talk about actions that were completed before some point in the past. And we form past perfect by having subject plus had plus past participle, verb 3. So we use past perfect to talk about something happened in the past and at the time happened before another time in the past. One event happened before another event. This is the rule of past perfect. Now, number 1, someone broke into our house. Okay. Number 2, we arrived to the house. And when we arrived to the house, we discovered that someone had broken into our house. So when we discover that, we say there was, or they had, or someone had broken into our house. Okay, so when we remembered or when we discovered about something happened before us, so we put it in the past perfect. So past perfect here, we use past perfect that the first event finished before the second event happened. Okay. Now we found present past perfect. In affirmative sentence, we say she had finished. She, subject, had, and past participle. When the negative, I put subject, had not, past participle, she had not finished. And in the negative, in the interrogative, we put had plus somebody plus subject plus past participle. For example, had she finished? This is had plus subject plus past participle. Now the usage of present past perfect for action before a post time in time. For example, by 9:30 everyone else had gone. Now in this time when I say 9:30, nobody was in the room, so everybody had gone. Number 2, for action before another past action. We have 2 actions happen in the past. One happened before the other. And the first one we put it past perfect, while the other one we put it with past simple. For example, everyone else had gone before I also went. So when I went there, I found nobody in the room. Nobody in the room. It means everybody had gone before I arrived. Now open your book, page 47, everybody. Here we have some words about the rule. Yes. So, number 1, he defeated them at the Battle of Hattin. After that, Jerusalem fell. Here we have 2 sentences, and each 2 sentences put it in the past. He defeated them and Jerusalem fell. These 2 sentences in the past, and we put it in the past. Now we can put a time, specified time. By summer 1192, here we specify the time. Most had died or left Palestine. Most had died. It means we put here what? Past perfect to talk about a specific time in the past, and before that specific time something happened. Number 3, after Saladin had brought together great or large part of Muslims world, he turned Jerusalem. Here we put the first part after, to focus on the first action, which is had brought together large part of the Muslims world, and after he brought all that large of Muslims part, what happened? He turned to Jerusalem. Number 4, Salah ad-Din had brought a great large of parts of Muslims world before he turned Jerusalem. So he what? We join the two sentences between before, okay, and before tell us what is happening first. And number 5, Jerusalem fell after. Jerusalem fell after he had defeated them at the Battle of Hattin. It means all after he defeated them, he took, for example, Jerusalem. And also it says when we said the player took the cup, okay, after he defeated his enemy, after he defeated the other team in the game. Now look at the example again, and best way to complete the statement, protect. Number 1, when we talk about two actions in the past, we often use past simple. This is example number 1. Two action in the past. Number 2, to emphasize that the action happened before time in past, we use past perfect. Talk about something happened before the other action. Number 3, to emphasize that an action happened before another action in the past, we use past perfect plus past simple. And number 4, we can put the aerial action first or second in the sentence, and we add comma when we put the aerial action first. Okay. Number 5, we connect the two actions in one sentence with words like after the battle or after that and before that. Yes, after that and before that. Here in this exercise, complete the diagram. Add these words earlier action and later action. Earlier action and later action. Look here, we have soon after he had won the battle. So after he won the battle, what happened? He took Jerusalem. So we have the battle first, and the battle, for example, took days, and after he finished, he took what? He took Jerusalem. So we put this with the past perfect and this with the past simple. And this is past perfect, we put it earlier action, the action which happened before, and this is we put action later action. Walking Bears ask us question about this exercise on page 47. Use information from history notes in period number 4 and 6. Number 1, when did Salah ad-Din become the ruler of Egypt? In 1171, 2 years later, he had helped to win back Cairo or Damascus. Number 2, and when did he take over Yemen? In 1174, 3 years after he had become the ruler of Egypt. Number 3, and when did he start to take control of Syria? In 1174. Immediately he started to take control of Syria. In 1174, immediately after he took over Yemen and much of North Africa. Number 4, and when did he until all of Syria under him? In 1182, 8 years after they started to take over Syria. Number 5, A, and when did he start preparing to free Jerusalem? In 1182. In 1182, after he had brought together large part of the Muslim world, he took Jerusalem. Number 6, and when did he win the Battle of Hattin? In 1187, 5 years after he started preparing to free Jerusalem. And number 7, and when did he take Jerusalem? Yes, in 1187, weeks after he had defeated the Crusaders at the Battle of Hattin. Okay, on page 84, Walking Bears answer a question about Salah ad-Din's life. Use information from the history notes in period number 4 and 6. Number 1, why did Salah ad-Din want to take Jerusalem? He wanted to take Jerusalem because it had been under Crusaders' control all his life. Number 2, why was it quite easy for Salah ad-Din to take Jerusalem in 1187? Because he had prepared well. Why? Number 3, why did the Crusaders start another crusade in 1189? Yes, because they wanted to retake Jerusalem. Number 4, why was the Crusader army very small by summer 1192? Yes, because most of the Crusaders had died, or they had left from Palestine. Number 5, why did Salah ad-Din send his personal doctor to King Richard? Yes, because he was fair and generous, and he respected King Richard. The last one, why could people of both religions travel freely to Jerusalem after 1192? Because Salah ad-Din allowed Christians to visit as well as Muslims. At last, everybody, page 84, for page 48, work alone, write your partner's story. Okay, here this is a homework, everybody. You have to do it in your notebook. Make up a title. Put this title in your notebook, Lost and Found. Now, start with the topic sentence that begins like this. This is what happened when, and put a name of the thing you had lost. This is what happened when, for example, I had lost my pen, my bag, my book. Try to tell the story in no more than 8 sentences. Read your first draft. Check and correct the language. Read your first draft again. Check and correct the spelling and punctuation. And write your second draft. And this is an example how to write this exercise. Lost and found. It was Saturday morning. A week later, the James project was going well. He had finished making notes from the book about Salah ad-Din. So he decided to take it back to the library that morning. While he was, continue please the paragraph. Be careful, everybody, when you write this homework. Take in your consideration. Be careful about past simple, past continuous, and past perfect. So we reached the end of our lesson. Have a nice day and see you next time.